Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the 2012 Boy Scouts of America report to the state. I'm Terrence Carroll, former Speaker of the House. This used to be my house, so welcome. To what used to be my former abode, but there was a rule: once a Speaker, always a Speaker, so I figured I could continue to claim this place. I'm also a member of the Executive Board of the Denver Area Council, and I was honored enough, how long ago was it, 2-3 years ago, to be awarded, 2 years ago, to be awarded the Outstanding Eagle Scout Award from the National Eagle Scout Association. Scouting, the reason I support this event, and I think I was speaker the first time we did this, and one of the reasons I really support this report to the state and everything that scouting does is that scouting has been such an important part of my life. I started from the time I was 7 years old. I think I'm smaller than some of the kids who are actually in here right now, and the Cub Scouts, and I think I was in the first class of Tiger Cubs at PAC 524 at Shiloh Baptist Church in Washington, D.C. And so it's really great to be able to give back to an organization that meant so much to me, where I learned my first lessons about camping and my first lessons about getting along with people who are different than me and having my horizons expanded by the scouting program. And so I want to welcome you all here and thank all the parents for having your kids involved in scouting, because if you're anything like my mother was, it wasn't really my idea, it was her idea, scouting. And then when I went to leave before I got the Eagle Scout, it was her threat that had me there. And for those of you who are in the past and become an Eagle Scout, don't pull my thing where you didn't finish your board review until a week before your 18th birthday. Trust me, it's a stressor for everyone involved. And getting more than the merit badge is required, because I just did 21. I was like, that's enough. I like working at Boy Scout camp far more than I like working with merit badges. So those are just some words of advice. There are some of my former colleagues, some who are new and some who I served within the State House, who are here to support and to hear the report of all the great things that scouting is doing throughout the state of Colorado. First is Senator Kent Lambert, who is also a co-sponsor of the first. Last time he was here, he had his Boy Scout uniform on, and he didn't wear it today. Really? Senator Raleigh Heath from Boulder, who's there in the back. Representative Paul Rosenthal from Southeast Denver. Representative Javon Melton from somewhere in the middle of Aurora. And representing Representative Kathleen Conti, who I think is Greenwood Village, is Fareed Jalil and Kevin Bronski. So it's my pleasure to introduce someone I get to introduce every blue moon, and sometimes he introduces me, but it's always much more fun when I get to introduce him, although I'm a little afraid this is what he may say if he gets the last word. It's the mayor of the great city of Denver, Michael Hancock. There's really not much. Let me give him a round of applause. In my opinion, when it's all said and done, he'll go down in history as one of the greatest mayors that the city and county of Denver has ever had. And I don't just say that because he's my friend. I say that because I've known him for 20-some years, and I have known all the work that he's done on behalf of the city and this region and this state. I know the commitment that he has to this place. And not only his commitment to the state and the city as a whole, but in more specificity, his commitment to the kids and to children and the kids who are scouting. And so he's a great person to have come speak to you today and give greetings. And I didn't say anything funny about you in the whole process, except that you really can't sing. And those of you who haven't seen the YouTube video of the mayor doing the Great Lewis dance, you really have to download it. It was one of SportsCenter's top 10 plays of the day, the week of the Super Bowl. How many mayors can say that they were a SportsCenter top 10 play of the day? I mean, that's just like, the mayor of the great city of County of Denver, Mayor Michael Hancock.
Thank you, Speaker Terrence Carroll, and it's a real pleasure to be here this morning with each and every one of you. Let me do a couple things. First of all, let me acknowledge the presence of our distinguished leaders over here in this building, our state senators and our representatives. I want to thank you all for allowing me the opportunity to come over and say hello to you, as well as to this venerable organization, the Boy Scouts, the Denver Area Council, and Boy Scouts of America. This is a momentous occasion for you, 100th anniversary. How about that? So let me congratulate you on your anniversary. Let me also congratulate you at this moment of the report to the state. The Boy Scouts have a rich history and a bright future here in this country. We know that you help prepare young people to be leaders, and that you're instilling in our young people important values and tools to be successful. You know, it's also critical to note that what you do, as I was saying to the leaders back there, is that you are preparing the young men of this country, the future leaders of this country, to really step up and take their rightful place as the leaders, as the defenders of this country, as the builders of our households, our families, and of course, as the future investors of the next generation of young men who will follow them. And so I think it's important for you to not only stop this time, to pause and celebrate this moment, but also to imagine the next generation of leaders as you come along. You know, at my home, we have two dogs. We have a cockapoo. Her name is Angel. Angel is about 15, okay, she's about 17 pounds. As my daughter says, she's overweight. Angel is, you know, she's been with us for about 5 years. About 2 years after we had Angel, we adopted a little chihuahua, toy chihuahua named Chica. Chica only weighs literally 3 pounds. She's a tiny, tiny dog. And she belongs to my wife. And my wife believes that Chica gets too cold when she goes outside, so she's actually invested in a wardrobe for Chica. She puts Chica this morning when she came out to go outside, she had on her sweater, turtleneck sweater, ready to go. Angel doesn't like to see Chica in her outfits. She gets a little jealous. She knows she looks a little out of place. And so periodically we would find Chica's clothes on the floor after we've already put them on her. And we couldn't figure out how she got out of them. Until one day we spied and we caught Angel ripping the clothes off of Chica. This is the relationship that they had. And it reminded me when I was in elementary school, as an urban kid, we didn't see ourselves in the Boy Scouts. And so when the Boy Scouts would come to our school, our classmates, in their uniform, we would beat them up. We would do things to take, you know, that uniform became kind of that visual for us that they were not a part of who we were. We didn't see ourselves reflected in the Boy Scouts. What I am proud to see happening today with the Boy Scouts, it is this movement, particularly in our big cities, for more inclusivity, to adopt the values of including more people in the Boy Scout that reflect more of what America is all about. And it includes minority kids. It includes every other segment in our community. And so I am proud that you're beginning to adopt the values that we care about a great deal here in the city. Not programs, but values. That every young man who might want to be a Boy Scout sees themselves reflected in those uniforms. And an opportunity to serve honorably and to learn the skills necessary to grow up to be productive, contributing citizens to this nation, just like every other young man sitting here in front of me with their uniforms on. And so today, in your 100th anniversary, your centennial anniversary, I congratulate you. And I tell you, I'm looking forward to the future with a great deal of optimism and opportunity because of your steps in the right direction to be more inclusive of the rest of the general population. Thank you all, congratulations, and thank you for the opportunity to join me.
steps of cookies. And the mayor said that I had to push it up because my belly was in the way. So we're going to have our first scouting. Just a reminder to everyone that scouts include both young men and young women nowadays. And our Explorer programs and our Sea Explorers and several other programs that we have. So I invite the first scout, who is much bigger. Brian Milanes, an Eagle Scout from the Denver Area Council.
Good morning, leaders, fellow scouts, parents, and friends. As you mentioned, my name is Brian Milanes, and I'm an Eagle Scout in the Denver Area Council. I currently serve as the Order of the Arrow Section Chief for the state of Colorado. Today, February 8th, 2013, delegates from across the state of Colorado have joined together to present the 2012 Report to the State on Scouting. The mission of the Boy Scouts of America is to prepare young people to make ethical and moral choices over their lifetimes by teaching the values of the Scout Oath and law. Parents, volunteers, and scouts all know that scouting is a way of life. Because of that way of life, our organization has a rich history, a thriving and vital community today, and a vision and mission that will carry us into the future. Along our path, we can be proud of the contribution scouting has made to this great country. The future begins with our youth. As we celebrate our rich heritage, we're reaffirming our commitment to our future leaders. Like the scouts who came before us, today's young scouts will become presidents, astronauts, athletes, and business leaders. Many will serve their country in the armed forces, others will serve their communities as good Samaritans, and their families as husbands and wives, and as mothers and fathers. We serve 28,687 boys ages 6 to 10 in Cub Scouting, 16,840 boys ages 11 to 17 in Boy Scouting and Varsity Scouting, 2,957 young men and women ages 14 to 20 in Venturing and Sea Scouting, 41,233 boys and girls in elementary through high school in Learning for Life character education programs, and 3,116 young men and women ages 14 to 20 in exploring career-based programs. And with 21,663 adult volunteers in 5 local councils throughout Colorado, the Boy Scouts of America helps these 92,833 youth members to be prepared for life. The value of that preparation lives in the heart of every person involved in scouting who has ever overcome one of life's challenges, and it helps inspire a lifetime of character and service. At this point, it is my pleasure to now introduce Elijah Ortiz, a Cub Scout in High K-12 from the Denver Area Council.
During the year 2012, 92,833 young people in the great state of Colorado reaped the benefit of Scouting Time and Study. Through the membership in more than 2,453 Cub Scout packs, Boy Scout troops, varsity teams, Sea Scout ships, venture crews, explorer posts, and Learning for Life groups. These opportunities came as a direct result of the efforts of Scouting Partnership with over 1,568 community organizations of churches, service clubs, schools, and businesses. Young people in Scouting programs throughout the state have learned the skills necessary to take our place in positions of leadership in our schools, communities, and state when our time comes. Scouting has been preparing young people for leadership roles and responsibilities for 103 years. And you can be sure that the class of 2012 will be prepared to take our place when we are called. It is my pleasure to now introduce Andrew Maynard, an Eagle Scout in 220 from the Pikes Peak Council.
We are prepared for service. The BSA BSA prepares young people for service by providing opportunities for them to help their communities through service to others. In 2012, the Boy Scouts of America in Colorado met the emerging needs of society with youth programs and services, including Good Turn for America, a national service initiative that addresses critical areas of need in society. The Boy Scouts of America continued promoting its formal initiative called Scout Strong, which seeks to ensure that Scouts and all young people are healthy in mind, body, and spirit, and increased emphasis on the overall well-being of children for encouraging American youth to live an ongoing healthy lifestyle. Over thousands of Scouts throughout the state providing projects in their communities, including scouting for food, clothing and toy drives, cleaning up of local schools, serving food to senior citizens in shelters, visiting nursing homes, and collecting coats for Denver homeless. Collectively, Scouts across Colorado gave 107,728 hours of volunteer time in 2012 at a value of $1,775,632 based on the National Volunteer Hour Value. We are prepared for leadership. The BSA prepares young people for leadership by giving them the skills to take responsibility and teach by example. For example, Eagle Scout is the highest attainable rank in Boy Scout, and Scouts must demonstrate proficiency in leadership, service, and outdoor skills at multiple levels before reaching the Eagle rank. In 2012, we celebrated 100 years of Scouts achieving the BSA's highest rank, the Eagle Scout Award. During the award's centennial year, we had the largest Eagle Scout class ever, with 1,256 Scouts earning the rank in Colorado. In addition to the 21 life skills learned required, each Scout must complete an extensive service project that he plans, organizes, leads, and manages before his 18th birthday. Scouts spend 128,087 service hours on Eagle Scout projects, which provide an additional $2,791,017 in value. With the combined service highlighted earlier for all Scouts, that totals $4,566,649 in value to the state of Colorado in 2012. It is now my pleasure to introduce Annalise Berry, a veteran and crew 10 of Long Beach Coast.
We are prepared for leading. The BSA prepares young people for living elementary and set goals to work to reach them one step at a time. The Boy Scouts of America has continued to build on its partnerships with ExxonMobil, NASA, and other key organizations to develop curriculum in the field of science, technology, engineering, and STEM, to interest young people to consider a career in these fields. For more than 40 years, the Boy Scouts of America has conducted student career interest surveys and worked with businesses and organizations to offer first-hand job experience to enhance a student's financial success, career readiness, and college studies. In June, the Boy Scouts of America unveiled its Search and Rescue Merit Badge at the 2012 National Search and Rescue Conference. Every year, several hundred people who are reported missing are served by specialized search and rescue teams. The BSA understands the importance of these abilities and begins preparing young people with skills to aid in search or perhaps save their own lives. Prepare for adventure. Part of the BSA's mission is to teach young people to be prepared for adventure of all kinds throughout the course of their lives. When youth start scouting, the possibilities of where it will take them are endless. In all, 21,696 scouts counted during 2012. Looking ahead to a year filled with adventure, our theme for 2013 is Prepared for Adventure. And that goes far beyond simply teaching outdoor skills. The Boy Scouts of America helps prepare our nation's youth to face and overcome the challenges of the future. While most people avoid obstacles, the Boy Scouts of America teaches scouts and adventurers to face them head-on and exceed even their own expectations. In scouting, youth have opportunities to acquire difficult trails and portages, dealing with nature's unexpected circumstances. Now it is my pleasure to introduce Jonathan Sykes, a Cub Scout in Pack 236 from the Denver Area Council.
This year will be filled with educational adventure, opportunities for Scouts. The Boy Scouts of America and councils throughout all Colorado will continue to ready your young people to become leaders of strength and character. Leaders who are prepared for all of the adventures life has to offer. Thank you for attending this 2012 report to the state of Colorado members of the Boy Scouts of America. It is our pleasure and intent to continue to serve our communities, state, and our great nation through the skills we have learned and passing those skills on to others as they join our ranks. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Those are some tough acts, but you know, getting our delegates for one. I'm very proud to stand before you today and representing our volunteers, professional staff throughout the state of Colorado, and over 92,000 young people that this great program serves. And I want to also thank our Mayor Hancock for joining us this morning. Saw his picture in the paper a couple months ago. We bought some popcorn. Thank you very much, Ms. Scott. Terrence Carroll, who's on my executive board, so he's one of my bosses. My first spelling, he reminded me, I came here from New Orleans the year that New Orleans won the Super Bowl. Terrence got in his head that I promised if they hired me, we'd win a Super Bowl in Denver. And we almost did this year. He called me after Peyton Manning came to Denver, and I said, well, the first installment's been made. They'll do it next year. 13 is going to be a great year for scouting, and certainly going to be a great year, I know, for the Denver Broncos. So we're very excited. Our other representatives here, thank you for taking time, Senator and representatives, and the other elected officials that joined us today, because this truly is our report to the state of Colorado on the great impact scouting has in our community, as you've heard. You know, today we face many challenges in our society, and that's not new. Our great nation has faced challenges throughout our history. Scouting has been there for the past 103 years. And we've been there to become a fabric of this great nation. We have leaders that were scouts and taking on leadership roles nationally and locally. We have our business leaders, and they look to scouting and the values they have learned through scouting for 103 years. Those values will never change. Duty to God, country, and self. That's what you learn as scouts. That's what you'll always be and always learn as scout. Our society needs it. There are many challenges still today in our society, and we're developing those leaders for today and tomorrow that are going to lead our country and lead our communities. So I just thank you for being with us today, for taking on this great event. You heard the mayor talk about the 100th anniversary, and I saw some of my friends around saying, it's actually number 3. It's the 100th anniversary of the Denver Area Council today, and we'll be presenting our flags at the opening in the Senate chambers. We'll be opening that at 9 o'clock. I want to invite our scouts and leaders will be sitting in the gallery and to enjoy that moment. The last piece of business I have is to invite all of our scouts. Nicole Kozame, who's our Director of Marketing, will kind of coordinate everything, but invite all of our scouts to come up. We want to take a group picture of all the scouts from Colorado, and then we want to take it by council. So she'll take care of that. Folks, thank you very much. Have a wonderful day here in the